So just before this video gets underway, just really want to stress the fact that no sliders were used in the making of this video, and all the results you're about to see are just a recreation of what happened in the real Leicester Career Mode save. So sit back, relax and enjoy the finale of Season 2. Hello then and welcome to the finale of the 2016-2017 Barclays Premier League season. As you can see in the background, we will be covering 5 games on the final day of the BPL season, including for the champions Leicester City. We'll be starting off with them, and as you can see they are playing Norwich at the King Power Stadium. It's all tied up for them. They've got a 4-point lead in the title race in front of Manchester United and the rest of the chasing pack. It's going to be a party atmosphere, carnival atmosphere here today in the centre of Leicester, as we should be seeing them lifting the Barclays Premier League trophy at the end of the game, and perhaps the Champions League trophy later on today. Over at the Emirates Stadium, Arsenal take on Everton in their bid to finish second in the Barclays Premier League trophy. 6 points behind the already crowned champions Leicester, so they won't be able to lift the title at the end of today, but perhaps a boost in prize money if they can overhaul United in that game where they play Manchester City at Old Trafford. 2 points separate the two sides going into the final day of the season, so Arsenal will be hoping that United go on to lose against Manchester City, who themselves are fighting for something going into this final day of the season. They have a very outside chance of getting into the top 4. They'll have to overhaul goal difference over Liverpool and hope that both Liverpool and Tottenham Hotspur lose on this final day of the season to have any chance of getting into the Champions League for next season. They themselves, though, have to win against their bitter rivals United. Over at Selhurst Park and Crystal Palace are playing rivals too, but it's Tottenham Hotspur who start the day in 5th in the table. They need to beat Crystal Palace and hope that Liverpool would end up losing against Southampton at St Mary's Stadium. So Liverpool go into this day in the driving seat for Champions League football. They just have to make sure they keep on with their concentration, hold on to what they've got, and potentially they could be back in the top 4 under the guidance of Jurgen Klopp and at the expense of both Tottenham Hotspur and Manchester City. So it's 3 o'clock across the country and the games are about to start. Let's get ready for the action. Everton have a fairly good record against Arsenal in general going into this game. They'll be hoping that continues despite not being in the running for either the Champions League or the Europa League. Of course, Arsenal will be hoping that that does not happen. Deulofeu swung a corner to the edge of the box for McCarthy. It falls for Aaron Lennon at the second attempt. He blasts the ball into the bottom corner, and we have the first goal of the day here in this final fixture of the season, and Aaron Lennon, the Everton right midfielder, has provided that goal. The corner coming in from one of the men that celebrates with him there, Gerard Deulofeu, the ex-Barcelona youngster, swings the ball in to the edge of the area. I have to say, it's a complete miss hit on the volley from James McCarthy, and it's managed to find Aaron Lennon on the edge of the area. There you can see the left-footed volley is a complete miss hit. It comes to Lennon, it's blocked I think by Koscielny, it goes back to Lennon again, and he ends up blasting the ball on the half volley. A lovely goal and no chance for David Ospina in the Arsenal goal, and already Arsenal's chances of finishing second here in the league have taken a massive kick. If United know the result currently at the Emirates Stadium, they're probably under a little bit less pressure than they were before. Fernandinho has found Kun Aguero. It's a lovely shot. It's a great save from De Gea, but perhaps United are under more pressure now because their bitter rivals, Manchester City, through David Silva, have actually managed to get an early goal and take the lead after just 12.5 minutes. Fernandinho, very advanced actually up the pitch, considering as a defensive midfielder, finding Aguero, forcing the save out of De Gea, and you could say the Spaniard spilled it a little bit. He could have parried it away a lot better. It's fallen to his countryman David Silva, who has given City the lead in this most important of Manchester derbies. Here's Jordan Henderson then looking to start and attack. Some lovely quick passing there between himself, Coutinho and Sturridge with a lovely back heel, finding Roberto Firmino out on the left-hand side. The attacking midfielder finding himself well out on the wing. Some lovely skill to get past the Southampton defenders. One-on-one with Fraser Forster, and that is a lovely solo goal from Roberto Firmino. The Brazilian gives Liverpool the lead in a fantastic fashion away from home against Southampton here at St Mary's Stadium. They're already in a fantastic position to take 4th in the table, and as you can see, they've now put even more pressure on Manchester City and Tottenham. They're looking to guarantee top 4 here. News will probably already be filtering in to the Tottenham fans that both Manchester City and Liverpool are already leading in their respective games, and it might actually be about to get even worse here against Crystal Palace. Balassi taking the ball away, but Dele Alli is injured under the challenge there of the Crystal Palace defender, and he's going to have to go off injured. Fernandinho comes away with the ball here against United, who are not at the races at all, and a lovely through ball has managed to cut out the majority of the United defence. David Silva, the goal scorer for City, pretty poor cross there, but it's found Jesus Navas, who controls the ball. What a goal that is from the Spaniard on the right-hand side. It looks as if David Silva had completely wasted the chance, but City's first goal scorer has assisted City's second goal scorer, and Jesus Navas with a fantastic strike to beat David De Gea, who again is beaten by one of his compatriots, but this time an absolutely fantastic finish. United are 2-0 down here in the first 20 minutes. Pretty cagey affair here at the King Power Stadium. Leicester trying to get forward but not finding much joy, although Patrick Hemann's been found here by Bruno Perez. Great save by John Ruddy. It'll fall there for Jamie Vardy. The ball just managed to escape the right back Bruno Perez when flashing across the goal, but Jamie Vardy manages to keep his composure and gives Leicester a 1-0 lead here against Norwich. Of course, the title is already decided. They will, however, want to win, end the season with a victory, and Jamie Vardy has put them one step closer to doing so here. 1-0 to Leicester. It's been pretty quiet across the country now for about 20 minutes in terms of Barclays Premier League action. No goals since Jamie Vardy gave Leicester the lead at the King Power Stadium. But Liverpool trying to change that there with a volley from Lucas Leiva, of all people. They're assisted by Daniel Sturridge putting the ball in, but it's a lovely save from Fraser Forster. And obviously, you know, Liverpool, they're in a great position. They are leading at the moment. Tottenham in the other game, or one of the other games, drawing against Crystal Palace. The ball's just been cleared away by a Palace midfielder, but now it's a Tottenham foul. But of course, Tottenham do need to score here. Liverpool are leading. They're going to need some help from elsewhere, but they need to take the lead themselves. Fukurata Masuaku here down the left-hand side. Leicester have looked pretty comfortable in all honesty since going ahead. Max Arnold finding some space, forcing a save out of John Ruddy, and it falls for Shinji Okazaki, who is starting this game at the expense of Embolo and Ben Yedder. And Okazaki in potentially his last game for the club. It's there's been rumours that he could be leaving at the end of the season. If it is a send-off, it is a fantastic send-off. Now he'll be lifting the Barclays Premier League trophy, but he's got a goal of his own, a personal accolade for the Japanese striker there, just lifting the ball over John Ruddy after the English goalkeeper's initial save. It's half-time in the Manchester derby. That man there, Sergio Aguero, forcing the save out of David De Gea for the first goal of City's day. But they now go in at half-time 2-0 up. They were 2-0 up after 20 minutes. So half-time there. It's actually half-time as well, I think, in most places across the country. There you can see Christian Eriksen unable to get Tottenham on the score sheet in that first half. It ends 0-0 the first half there at Selhurst Park. As you can see, Roberto Firmino, 2 shots in this game, 1 ending up as a goal against Southampton. You can see the half-time whistle has just been blown as well at the King Power Stadium. Leicester will go in at half-time 2-0 up against Norwich at home, so a very good end to the season for them. We'll have a look though at all of the half-time scores. You can just see, as we've just seen, Leicester are 2-0 up against Norwich. Another team 2-0 up is Manchester City, away from home against United. Fantastic result for them in their quest for top 4 football. Palace drawing 0-0 with Tottenham, Southampton 1-0 down against Liverpool, and Arsenal losing at home against Everton. Nathan Redmond seems to have found a little bit of space here down the right-hand side away from Fukurata Masuaku. He swings the ball towards the back post. It's chested down by Yusuf Malumbu of Norwich, who have looked very bright at the start of the second half, and they've got a goal to repay their endeavours. It looks like it's Wallison Malman, I think, who's got the goal, the Norwich midfielder, and that is a very good goal from Norwich. Just a lovely cushioned header across the face of Kasper Schmeichel into that far corner after the lovely cross in from Yusuf Malumbu. And Norwich now just getting a foothold back in this game. They're not fighting for anything on this final day. Of course, neither are Leicester, but it's now 2-1 here. 53 minutes gone then here at St Mary's. Some lovely passing play here from Liverpool, which has pretty much summed up their whole game so far. Coutinho finding John Flanagan, who finds Daniel Sturridge. He's managed to turn Maya Yoshida, and that is 2-0. It's exactly what Liverpool have deserved. They've completely bossed this game away from home here against Southampton, who just about secured safety last time out about 2 games ago against Leicester, as it so happened. Daniel Sturridge, though, managing to turn Maya Yoshida, who got far too tight to the English striker, and Daniel Sturridge has managed to make it 2-0. And actually, crucially, we're hearing there's been another goal in one of the other games to do with the top 4 battle, and it's at Selhurst Park. Yohan Cabaye swinging the ball in there towards Joe Ledley, and it's been nodded on at towards the back post for Mile Jedinak, the Australian captain for Crystal Palace. And a massive turn up for the Bucks. Palace here, after being in bad form towards the end of the season here, are beating Tottenham 1-0 out at home, albeit. But Tottenham, of course, need to win themselves in order to take 4th place, and they're currently losing. City are winning, Liverpool are winning. If it stays like this, Spurs can forget about taking 4th. They'll be dropping to 6th behind Manchester City. Liverpool looking pretty comfortable now. They know their closest challengers, Spurs, are losing probably by now. But Southampton still trying to get some sort of reaction. Stephen Davis finding Graziano Pelle running beyond the Italian striker. But what a goal! That is from Graziano Pelle. That is absolutely fantastic play from the Italian striker. He's going to run over and celebrate with his teammates. That is an absolute wonder goal from Graziano Pelle. Fantastic play. And suddenly, with just under half an hour to play, Tottenham fans, well, as well as Southampton fans, can hold some sort of hope. Southampton fans especially, having just seen that live. But of course, Tottenham fans may just be hoping that Southampton can get something out of this game now, and maybe inspired by an absolutely wonderful goal there from Graziano Pelle. And suddenly it's looking a little bit edgy now. Just over an hour gone. Here you can see a comparison in terms of scoreline and possession at the moment for Liverpool's challengers in terms of top 4 football, and it's looking pretty desperate for Tottenham now. They should be looking over their shoulder towards Manchester City. I'm sure the United faithful will be pretty disappointed with the result and, of course, the performance, especially against their rivals Manchester City. Memphis Depay trying to change things there with a long shot, but it's over the bar, and United have created a distinct lack of anything throughout this game. A rare shot on target for United through Depay. 2 minutes left for Leicester to hang on to a dream win on the final day of the season, which they've already wrapped up the title. But Norwich going forward there with Nathan Redmond. Great save from Kasper Schmeichel. But at the follow-up, the young English right midfielder Nathan Redmond has given Norwich a draw. Surely that will be the final action of the game. Leicester fans, of course, are used to this scoreline, 2-2, and dramatic heroics on the final day of a season, and especially right towards the end of the game after N'Golo Kante's late heroics against Chelsea last season. This time, though, they're on the receiving end of it. 2-2 here. Arsenal are throwing bodies forward, left, right and centre. They know what a win means in this scenario, especially given United are losing, but they've been dispossessed there by Tom Cleverley. He's going to find Romelu Lukaku clean through against the fairly unpacey Per Mertesacker. He's just got to steady himself and shoot, and Romelu Lukaku scores for Everton. It is 2-0 and game over here at the Emirates Stadium. Romelu Lukaku doubles Everton's lead after Aaron Lennon gave them the lead all that time ago in the 6th minute. Lukaku just steadying himself, composing himself and blasting the ball past David Ospina. The last action surely of this one. Hector Bellerin looks mortified. They've squandered their opportunity here to take second in the league, and of course overall squandered their chance of winning the lead. A 10-point gap back to Leicester just a mere 15 games ago, and now they find themselves 3rd in the league, losing on the final day of the season to Everton. It looks as if it will be the final action of the game. Arsenal will try and build up from the back again, but they have lost here today. Everton take a shock 2-0 win away at the Emirates Stadium. Disappointing end to the season for Arsenal. They can try and rebuild for a title bid next season, but for now they'll have to suffice with 3rd position in the league. Leighton Baines looking satisfied with their win, and it's all over at Selhurst Park. Tottenham have lost here. They've bottled it themselves on the final day of the season. They've lost to their London rivals Crystal Palace, and Tottenham officially out of the race for top 4. As it happens, City have beaten United, but they will not get top 4 either because, of course, Liverpool won 2-1 against Southampton. The other confirmed results then, City beating their rivals United 2-0 on the final day of the season. A shock loss for Tottenham against Crystal Palace 1-0, and Everton getting that late second to defy Arsenal and win 2-0. But of course, the main story is at the King Power Stadium. Despite squandering that 2-goal lead they had at half-time, Leicester are officially Barclays Premier League champions. It is all over for this season. The 2016-2017 season is absolutely done, and Leicester City will come out on top of it. They will lift the trophy at the end of this game. Nathan Redmond did a very good job. He can be satisfied with his day's work, really changing the game and getting Norwich back on level terms right at the end of the game. But I'm fairly sure Leicester will not let that late equaliser dampen their mood. They will still be partying late into the night, and as you can see here at the King Power Stadium, they are very pleased indeed, and it is a first ever Barclays Premier League trophy for Leicester City, and of course they can still complete the double. Despite losing the Capital One Cup final to Arsenal earlier on in the season, they can still win the Champions League against Manchester United, who they ended the title hopes for just last game. They can, of course, beat them in the Champions League final and potentially lift that trophy as well, but it'll be down to Kasper Schmeichel to lift this one. They are Barclays Premier League champions for 2016-2017. Leicester City fully deserving of it. Men there at the back like Masuaku, Kante, who perhaps weren't as influential today but have been fantastic all season long. The main men who scored the most goals, the likes of Mahrez, Sisto, Vardy and Bolo, can be happy with their season's work as well. Absolutely delighted with it, in fact. The other people there, the substitutes, the likes of Andy King, who this could be his final season with the club, and having been with them since being a school kid, this could potentially be the best of all send-offs. But it's Kasper Schmeichel, the Leicester City captain, who raises the trophy. Shinji Okazaki celebrating there as well. This could have been his final game as well in Leicester colours. Lifting the trophy again, the fans look absolutely delighted. Confetti falling and fireworks in the sky. Leicester City then fully deserving of the title here, and they could add a Champions League to the collection next time out. I hope you guys have enjoyed though this second season, and I look forward to our exploits in season 3. Have a good day and goodbye.